Go.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of She Said, He Said. This is your boy Rob. Tonight we got Alex and we got Kira, who's back. Yay! Welcome
Hey,
Yeah,
back.
welcome back.
glad to be back.
Um, how's everybody doing?
I'm alright, man. It's just there's some stuff I need some advice with offline, Robert, because man, just some stressful things happening. But hey, the Lord don't give you what you can't handle. So
That is very true.
I'm hanging
That is
hanging in
very
there.
Yeah,
true.
Rob, I need some advice too, so we might as well just,
All right,
I'm gonna give
maybe
cool.
it's
y'all
a little
advice.
group
I'm gonna give
therapy
y'all advice
session.
live on the show. So that people can understand what kind of person I am. Yeah, I need some advice from y'all too, yo, because.
All right, well, let's use it as a filler.
All right, we'll do that. But this first topic, we're the first topic we're gonna touch on tonight. Everybody is who wears the pants in a relationship, and basically, do you believe in gender roles in a relationship?
All right, so specify. Go. I need you to elaborate on gender roles.
What the heck?
Who is Harlem shaking?
that's my that's my roommate.
Did he know you put the
Why?
camera on him like that?
No,
No, he
no,
no,
he
he
got his
didn't know.
headphones on.
I wish
All
one
right,
day we
For
break down
those
the
who don't
barrier.
know, we are like live on Skype, so we're on camera.
Wow. Okay.
That's really funny.
But you were
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about who wears the pants in the relationship and
No, the
gender
gender
roles.
roles. Right. So
All
elaborate,
right, yeah,
Robert.
gender roles. All right, for those of you who don't know, some people are very I would say probably 80, not even the 80s, early 50s, 60s, 70s, 80-ish. There's, some people believe that women should do certain things in a relationship and men should do others. Like men should be the breadwinner. The
Oh, I
woman should
can't wait to
be,
talk about this one.
the man should be the disciplinarian in the house. The woman should be cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, and rearing the children. Um, Things of that nature. So how I just want to get everyone's opinion on how they feel about gender roles. Like, do you feel like the man or woman should play specific roles in a relationship? We're gonna start with Alex.
Why you put me on blast first? What?
Did you look like you got a lot to say about this?
Here's my thing.
And you're the only one that's currently in a relationship.
Damn. Well, here's the thing.
True.
I believe that we are in an era that defined roles like have to. How can I say? All right. Well, I'll share a story. I used to work for MetLife. I came into a situation where that company was downsizing, and my position it just moved away, right? So
Hmm.
initially, I was for the last 9 months, I've been handling most of like financial things, and now my lady is like, "Hey, I got you. I'm down for you. Like ride or die." You know what I mean? Like I haven't had to worry about much since the separation from the company. Right now, I shared that personal experience, and it's pretty much for me. I would say that there shouldn't be a defined role when it comes to, I guess, with finances, because if a circumstance changes, you know what I mean? Can, let's say a man loses his job or a woman loses her job or she ends up getting a job and she's rearing the children. I believe that the roles have to be adaptive. Back in the day, it would have been like, hey, it's traditional. The man goes gets, you know, brings in the income. The women rears the kids, handles the house, so on and so forth. But we are in changing times where the society embraces women, being, the income winners, and you got a lot of men staying at home taking care of the kids and so on and so forth. I think
Hmm.
the only people that may have pride with this or an issue with this are the men with pride. They'll be like,
Uh-huh.
oh yeah, she's controlling the money and this and that, and I don't feel like anything, or I feel demasculated or whatever. So it again, a lot of what society and tradition indoctrinates into our heads is like, hey, it's supposed to be this way. But I believe in adjusting to circumstances and to the times. So I right now don't really believe in gender roles, but I do know that there's certain things like, a man should teach a boy how to be a man. Women should teach girls how to be women. You know what I mean? There's just certain things that we just can't do. You can't cross domain with that. But that's just on one angle of it. I can go on a little further, but I just wanted to take a pause and give somebody else a chance to talk.
Okay.
Hmm.
So.
Yeah, this is gonna be good right here.
All right.
Yeah, go in.
I don't even know where to really start. I do agree with what you said as far as like women, teaching girls how to be women and men teaching boys how to be men.
Hmm.
Because as a single mom of a boy and a girl, there's just certain things that like I cannot teach my son. Like I can teach him how to like pee with the toilet seat up
Hmm.
or whatever, and like how to, I don't know, brush his hair the right way or something. But then there's
Yeah.
like things that like I really can't teach him. Like my son is such a gentleman. Like he opens my door.
Hmm.
Like when we get out the car, like he hops out the back, he comes around, and he's like he opens my door because he knows that's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
holds the doors. Like when we go out places, like he'll hold the doors for like women when they walk through. And they're like, oh my God, he's so cute. And I'm
He's
like,
on the right
okay.
track. He's on the right
And
track.
those are things that like those are things that I look for in my man. Like Rob, we talked about this. Like, sorry, I'm getting text messages.
Hmm.
Um, I told him that I have this like really strict rule on opening doors. And to some people, it's not really a big thing, but like it's a thing to me. It is a thing to me because my dad always taught me like certain things that like men are just supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like if we're out on a date and it's like, all right, you come, you pick me up, and we leave the house, but you don't open my car door, I have a problem with that.
Mm.
So I might let it slide, but then when we get out the car, if you don't come around and open my door, I have a real problem. Like I am not going on dates with people because of that.
Hmm.
Or like I'll go on the date, but then like I won't talk to you anymore after that because I feel like it's a respect thing, and I feel like you don't respect me. Like, or if we're walking down the street and it's like, maybe you're not my boyfriend, but we're on a date, hypothetically, and you don't walk on the street side, or you don't put your arm around me when we're out or something like that. Something that lets other men know she's off limits. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
we're on
yeah.
a date, like, no, this is not my woman, but because I've been out with people and it's like, oh, and I've had other guys compliment me or like approach me, but I'm like, you can't get mad. Like, you're not letting them know.
Yeah, a man has to be a man. Like, hey,
Like
draw
if
the.
if we're walking down the street and you're walking ahead of me, that I have a problem with that.
Who does that though? Like, I don't even like with my girl. I don't even. No, no, that's the wrong answer. Unless we're in the supermarket, like TJ Maxx or something, and
Right.
she's
No,
like
I'm
shopping.
saying,
I'm
like,
like, yeah, I'll
I'm
be in the
speaking
back.
from like a dating aspect. Like,
Yeah.
it's you as a man. I feel like it's your job to let other men know she's with me.
Hmm.
And if you don't, and then like other men approach me, then it's like don't get mad. Don't get mad. That's how I feel.
True that. True that.
Women, I don't know, because my JoJo's a princess, so I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't even know how to touch on that one. I mean, teaching, she's a little too young for me to teach her what I need to teach her. Like, I feel like when she's like a teenager, then we can have that talk about how she's supposed to conduct herself. She's 7.
Hmm.
It's not like that big of a deal
Yeah.
right now. But
And
like with my son, I'm very strict on, and I'm really hard on him because, I'm not gonna talk bad about his dad, but their dad he's not around enough, to kind of show him like what a man is supposed to do. And it's like, with all due respect, he was a shitty ass husband. So him trying to teach my son what to do is like, no, I'll teach him.
Okay.
Like my dad shows him, what to do.
Yeah. And you know what? You mentioned that, your dad, was able to, have an influence. Like, you see with me and my youngest sister, she literally grew up as if she was my child, right? I was able to get her to a certain point, and then it's like I can't teach her about, what being a woman is because I am not one. So my sister, she was at St. John's University, and we were having some things happening within the family, and my sister was with me day in, day out. I can't teach her what it is to be a woman, so my sister had to step in and help out, like, and then even though my mom and dad were going through their separation and everything, um my mom had to, intervene because I couldn't do it anymore. And it got to a place where, my sister knows all that she needs to know. There's a period in time that it's critical to have that male and that female role model so that the branches are growing correctly. So at least your son had, his grandpa there to kind of, say, hey, you know what, this is tradition, this is how you're supposed to be.
But I feel
But
like a lot of like I think I may have talked about this on Facebook is that my theory about men today, I don't like this generation of men. I don't know where they came from. I blame all their mothers because I don't know what happened to them when they were growing up.
hmm
It's not working. And then I blame women because I feel like most women, including myself at times, we have made ourselves so available that guys don't respect it. So like back in the day, like, when our grandparents were growing up, it's like you had to get married in order to have sex.
yeah.
Because the purpose of having sex was to start a family. It wasn't
hmm
just like, oh, I just want to have sex just to have it.
hmm
So I feel like now it's like, me now, don't laugh on my journey to be
I'm
celibate.
laughing at my.
Um, I'm trying to like say this with a straight face. Okay. So my little journey to be, to being celibate until my next relationship. It's hard to find a man who will respect that. Because basically it's like if I get involved with someone and it's like, oh, it's cool as you're doing that, but I want to have sex. So they're probably just gonna go out and find someone who is willing to have sex. Because
mm.
I'm not. And I
Mm.
feel like that's how, I'm not saying every guy, but I feel like 80% of men don't respect that. Like 80% of men will just be like, oh, well, you don't want to have sex. I'm just going to go find somebody to fuck. It's fine. You know,
Or
or
you got those in betweeners.
they'll try to do whatever it takes to get you to have sex. And then they're still going to, end up dogging you out. And I can't have that. So I'm not with it.
I hear you. And you know what? If you know proper, roles are kept.
Rob, what is so funny?
Matter of
I
fact,
need him. I'm sorry, Alex. I need him to talk. Like,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm like, you know what? Let's get him so we can get on track with this. But Mr. Faubert, gender roles.
Robert.
Nah, Kira, somebody said you were cute. That's all.
Who said
Who
that?
said that?
That's not the topic of this episode.
What the heck? He's withholding information. Go ahead, sucker.
I am. This is top secret. Um, what am I supposed to be saying? Is it
What
my
the heck?
turn?
Yes, your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay.
Who wears the
All right.
pants and gender roles?
Sorry, somebody just pissed me off with a text message. I can't.
Focus, brother, focus.
Somebody just really. I hate when people are just ignorant.
Okay, that's not the topic. We'll talk about that on like a filler.
All right. Gender roles. Shakira, you believe in gender roles based off your answer.
I do.
Um,
I do.
I believe in gender roles to a certain extent as well. But for me personally, here's my thing. When I say I believe in certain gender roles, like there are certain things that I expect of a woman, period, as a man. Like number one, you are my comforter. You are my peace, my zen. When I come home, I expect things to be in decency and order if you beat me there. But if I beat you there, I would want things to be in decency and order for you.
Mm.
Um, you are you are my oasis of passion. So when I need it,
Mm.
when
Oasis of
when
passion.
yes, so when I need some, I expect to be satisfied, and that don't mean we gotta have sex, but you should do something. I feel like you should do something to make sure that I'm satisfied in that
Something.
regard because I would, man, I had some stuff, man. I got to be real sensitive. You got, it's like it's somebody running around here who got some sensitive ears. But
Okay.
and I'm not saying ever to force yourself on someone or anything like that, but I feel like when you're in a relationship, people gotta realize you're all I have. What are you doing,
That,
Shay?
you know what?
Did you
That's
see
a
the pimple on my face?
Oh
okay.
my God. Anyway, so those are the
Sorry.
kind of things I believe
Can I
in.
interject one second? You
Yeah, go
see,
ahead.
you said the role, to each other. This is, ambiguous. Where if you're in a relationship and let's say you start having, physical contact, and you're all each other has, you have a duty to one another to take care of one another.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Because then, and especially if it's good, and then you like cut them off, and you're like, they're gonna start to wonder, So I'm just saying,
Exactly. And
Listen,
see, I
once
kind of,
you start, you can't stop. What's that? What commercial is
I'll
that?
win
Like
that.
Pringles?
you can't just
Once
have one.
once you pop, you can't stop. Like once you
What?
pop, you
What?
can't stop. You just gotta keep going.
We could talk about it in another episode. I kind of went through that, man, and it was like, really? And the funny thing is, it didn't end the relationship. It didn't stop the relationship because I'm strong mentally. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need sex. I mean, I enjoy it. I like it. I prefer to keep doing it if we already started. But
Yep.
if once I fall in love with you, if things change, I understand because I love you and I'm willing to compromise for you. But it still ain't right, and it's still not cool because I think a lot of men and women use it as a tool of control. You know what I mean? They try to use, well, you ain't get, I'm
The
mad, so
power
you ain't
of
getting
the
none.
pussy.
But it's the
Yeah, and
role,
I'm
like,
like,
but that role, like, to one another, they should be,
yeah,
you know,
that's a big role because it's like I'm dedicating myself to you. So these are the expectations I have, just like you have expectations of me. So how would you feel if yours weren't met?
That's
You know?
kind of like if you like the first time you have sex and it's like really bomb, and then like the second time you have sex it's like mediocre, and you're like, what the fuck? Like you have that obligation because you already set the bar. You
Yeah.
have to give bomb sex every single time.
mm.
You just have to. You have to.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
sometimes it's going to be mediocre, and I understand that, but you know,
Especially quickies.
95% of the yeah, like right before work sex, it's like, all right, whatever. I'm too tired.
That's the
Do what you
best
gotta
though.
do.
All
That's it.
right, we got a comment in the group. One of my friends, she said, and this is exactly what I was about to say next, verbatim almost. She said we both wear the pants. She said
Ew,
that's
you
a part
stole
of
my
the
idea.
Shut up.
I was gonna
That's
read that,
an
yo.
idea, ladies and gentlemen, to read the comments from the group while we do the show. She said we both wear the pants. That's a part of the balance of a relationship. One partner may be better at some things, while the other lacks. Time of trade of. I don't mind some traditional gender roles, but this day and age, it's a little hard to keep up with strictly gender. And that's exactly how I feel about it. I feel like there's just certain things that there's just things that I know that I'm really good at that I love to do, and there's certain things I want nothing to do with, like manual labor. Like, now some people might get pissed at me for this, but in my last relationship, I didn't cut the grass. I didn't like cutting the grass. I'm not cutting the grass. I would pay for it. I paid someone to come do it,
You
but
pay
like
for
she
it,
bought a
what?
lawnmower. I was like, I don't know why you bought that because I'm not doing it. So sometimes she would cut the grass, and she bought the lawnmower with no engine in it. So the kind you gotta. I'm like,
Oh,
you're really tripping. But she was like, that's
wow.
my exercise. But I paid someone for like 6 months to cut the grass. But sometimes she would do it. You know what I mean? And people like, you don't cut the grass. I'm like, yo, I paid someone to cut the grass. Like, number one, I'm out here trying to get this money. So I'm not gonna spend an hour and a half cutting grass when I can get someone $30 to do it and I can be in here making this money. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do when you're a boss. But there's just certain things that like she said in the group, let's just call it Lise. Lise said in the group, that's how I am. You know what I mean? It's like if I know that, like, let's say my girl's job, she's a professional financial planner. Then baby, you need to do the finances because clearly
You're better at it.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
but and Alex, you made a good point, guys. You gotta let go of some of that pride and let your
Mhm.
woman step up and do some things. And the same thing with the ladies. You gotta let go of some of your pride and understand that this person is really good at this.
Mhm.
This person is better than me at this. But remember,
Listen,
you are in a
I've been trying to
relationship.
be like, I feel like I'm like the man and the woman, and I've been trying to be a woman for quite some time. I just want to like be a girl. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to be the man.
But here's
And
the
you,
thing: you gotta hold them accountable too. You gotta hold them accountable. Like,
But you know what? You know where it falls. You know where the insecurity falls. Is that I don't want to feel dependent on a man or anybody for that reason.
mhm.
So I still have to hold some kind of independence in my life, like without
I
leaning
agree.
on him as a crutch.
You know what? 110% correct. And Steve Harvey said it best though. You can still maintain that independence, but a man needs to know that he is needed. Same as a woman needs to
Right.
know that they're needed. Because if they don't feel that they serve a role or purpose, that's where cheating or ultimately the end of that relationship is. That there has to be a reason for that connection. So if it's just like y'all just being together to be together, I believe, in certain roles that are not truly defined by a book, where like my girl now, she is enhancing me. Her role is to help me be the best person I can be. And I'm going to be that same motivator to get her to do the things that she wants to do in life. That in the end, to me, is what the biggest roles should be to one another. Society puts too much pressure on, hey, you got to be the man, you got to be macho, you got to do this, and that. And when a man can't seem to do that, oftentimes you find folks, committing suicide or, I hate to be morbid, but if a man doesn't feel like he's a man, or, you got those folks when our recession hit, and folks can handle it, and a lot of guys take too much societal pressure on their shoulders to be like, hey, I got to do this, I got to do that. Got be adaptive. The roles must become adaptive, and somebody told me adapt or die. You know, that's all I got for that. But nope, giving you the floor.
Yeah, we about to get up out of here because we gotta do another episode. And I gotta wake up early. Your boy is working out. I got a personal trainer. I haven't been weighing myself because I'm going for a look, but I'm pretty sure if I weighed myself, I probably lost about 25 pounds, maybe 30 pounds, um, in the last 6 weeks.
Congrats.
So yeah, I'm working out 4 times a week now, 5 times a week. So I'm getting it. But again, thank you guys for watching and listening. Make sure you comment on the Facebook page. She said, he said, comment on the YouTube page. We're gonna try to. This is what we're gonna try to do as well. We're gonna start posting the topics probably a few days early so you guys can get some conversations going, and we'll bring up some of your points on the show like we did tonight. And that was Alex's idea. His
Yes.
dirty mustache.
Yay.
Um.
Good idea.
So we appreciate it. And we will see y'all next time on She Said He Said.
Alrighty. Peace.